Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the F1 25, my team here with the Booty Radio F1 team. And we are headed to round 18 of the season. If it was a round of golf, then it would be our last one, but it's not. It's an F1 season. So it's 18 of 24, and we are headed to the city circuit of Baku in Azerbaijan, off the heels of a little bit of a scrounging of a point in Monza. We get to come back to another pretty high top speed track. Features one of the longest straights on the entire calendar. But let's take a look. It looks like we're in for dry weather all around. Indeed, dry the whole way. So let's go ahead and get our power unit components installed as they should be. We may have to take potentially... Oh, no, we might be able to get to the end of the season without any engine penalties on this car. Yeah, that's still in good shape. Grab the 18th gearbox. Or any additional engine penalties. We did take that one very early in the season when we were already qualified on the back, so we just took a whole new power unit to throw it in the pool, so we had more to work with. But let's head over into qualifying.
And a warm welcome here ahead of qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Normally these streets are lined with vehicles, it's non-stop traffic jams, but today the roads are closed to everyone except the 20 best drivers in the world. It's time for qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
So here we are winding it up. It is of course a very long run to the line. And thanks to the long lap, plus a about 2 minutes lost for a sensor fault, we are we're gonna have to check and see. We might not be able to get our customary 2 laps in. So hard on the brakes for turn 1, little 90-degree left-hander. Walls everywhere here in Baku. Opening up for this DRS zone, we're going to burn a little bit of battery here. Now into the kind of mid-track section as we weave our way through the buildings, these switchbacks left and right, as we approach the famous castle section. We have this sharp right-hander. A lot of curb there, and then sprint in, and there's the castle. Work our way past it. Car gets very light as it crests over the hill. Now we should have more than enough battery power for the deployment down the main straight. Being a little bit aggressive with the curbs here. There are some that are pretty high, but there are others you can attack more. Now through this flat out section, this time leaving the overtake on the whole way, we're just going to empty the battery. And across the line in the 39s. Not a bad start there. Here we go, going for run number 2. We did a real quick in, out. We're going to try and get this second run in as quickly as possible. Obviously, because we want to go fast, but we should be able to then get back in and go for our final flying lap.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Gonna save some battery down this straight this time. Really feeling the tire not behave. Through the castle section much better that time. We've dropped down to what, 11? We're going to have similar amounts of battery as we did before. Found just a couple extra hundredths down that straight. Another tenth or so. Puts us into provisional P9. All right, here we go. Winding it up for the final run. Fresh tires on. Provisional P10 so far. But it's a big-time tire eater track, so we're going to need everything we can to help out. Big mistake there. Ran out, kissed the wall. Luckily, no damage, it looks like. Huge improvement, turn 3. Even though turn 2 was pretty ugly, turn 3 has been a source of big improvement for us. Got the better exit. A little less battery entering. We're dropping a little time, but we are going to improve by a significant margin there. Oh, P5. That is a big qualifying performance.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
That's about as good as we were going to do. That is a huge gap from P4 to P5. Almost half a second. But then we really cleared Albin, which we were in a pretty much direct fight with by just a couple hundredths. Where did our teammate go? Joshua's P16. It's not as bad as it could have been. But let's see if he can move forward in the race. Probably going to be a 2-stop. We took the harder tire allocation with us, so we have 2 sets of hards and 1 set of mediums.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners, and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully out of the barriers. The Baku city circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers, and it's made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to a catastrophic consequence for any one of our drivers. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Victor Martins, and Albon, Russell, Piastri, Norris, and Carlos Sainz, Antonelli, Stroll, Esteban Ocon, and Lawson, Gasly, Hadjar, Nico Hulkenberg, and Jack Doohan, Bortoletto, Fernando Alonso, Behrman, and Joshua Pierce rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson, I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Let's go hard medium. Okay. Fuel levels correct. Let's get after it from the top 10 here. Here we go, 5 red lights, and we can actually see pole position from where we are. Little elbows out from Alex. Our tires are pretty cold by virtue of starting on the hard tire. They're not quite up to snuff just yet. We're going to take it easy. Let them kind of come into play. Just because we've qualified high doesn't really change the goal of score points and do what we can to finish ahead of the Williams. There's still our rivalry at the moment. First time working through this lap with dirty air. It's a decent impact, like you can definitely feel it.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Mercedes trying to stick its nose up the inside. We had to kind of do a half attack defense kind of maneuver where we pretend to attack Albon, but realistically it's just to defend against the car behind. Max and a Ferrari doing quite a bit of dueling those last few corners. Looks like they've got it sorted out now. Max on the hard tires, so I'll bet he's experiencing the same as I am, where they're not particularly grippy yet. Should swing around before the end of the stint, though. This time we should be able to have a pretty genuine attack on the car in front, even with DRS help. We're going to burn a lot of battery. That's that move done back past Albin. Sure, a little too far back of Verstappen to grab his DRS. Question is, do we have what we need in order to get the DRS from the Red Bull in front of us? And make a gap to the Williams behind. Alright, about time we took that bollard out. I didn't like that thing anyway. I like to be aggressive with that curb. You can kind of just hop it. Ooh, kind of high centered the car there. That's going to cost us some gap to Verstappen. We should be able to just about hang on to DRS though. Yeah, there's the detection point. So even though our battery is pretty empty, Leclerc into the pits. I wonder if he's two-stopping. Lap 8's pretty early to be getting off those medium tires. Yellow flags. Alonso is out. Looks like he's pitted it up by the pit lane though, so I think he should be an easy recovery. George Russell's closing me up at a decent rate now.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No
Yeah, he's
overtaking
recovered.
through the yellow flags. Okay, clear.
Leclerc is pushing on pretty hard. He's going to get Russell. He'll be on me pretty soon. That's fine. He is not my race. He is significantly faster than me. At this point, the goal is just don't give him a window to go for a move in a bad position on the track that'll cost us lots of time. Let's make sure he can't get anywhere along us in the castle section. Make him take us down the main straight. Not through the S's, mate. After the S's. Then you can have it. Here we go. We're just going to stay left. Let him have the right side. Honestly, pretty good run.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
And a little cheeky DRS to help out with it. Not a very good run through the second part of the castle. Definitely cost us a couple tenths. But we're back in this part of the track where we are the stronger. Quickest in the straight line all day, so.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
Okay, we are pitting this lap. Gonna need a good stop from the lads. Verstappen is also into the pits. Okay. Safely entered the pits. Not what I needed.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
It's a huge time loss, that poor pit stop. It's not just the time loss. We were kind of safely holding George at around a 2.53 second margin. But now he's going to have DRS. And just dump battery, try and get him out of our DRS. Just about did it. Who knows? Maybe if we stay close enough to him, we can get him on like the last lap. .7 to Piastri behind. Let's turn up to hot lap mode. Got a couple lift and coasts we need to do just to make sure we get to the end. Gotta wait so long to get on the throttle. There's nothing left at the rear of this car. Well, 2.5. It might get real close at the end here. I think we're just about going to hold him off. We can keep him out of DRS. We should have exactly what we need to get to the end. Just barely holding him off. 7/10.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Well, another race victory today. You could clearly see they're driving out there with very little pressure. You know they have the performance. They know they've got the car under them as well. And this has done no harm, of course, for their championship chances.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky three today, here's the podium waiting for them. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
All right, P7 is not a bad result considering how rough the rear tires were. Verstappen to come back from that was impressive. Leclerc almost won it with the 2-stop. He did decently, I think. Pretty solid result from him as well. Joshua almost got into the points from P22. He got himself into P11, so not bad for him. Considering he started with the grid penalties. That does move us to 59 solo points and puts us officially ahead of Williams by 3 points now. So 66 to 63, that little best of the rest rivalry that's going on. Still neutral sentiment there. Eh. Yes, Victor Martins. We've signed that contract. Lovely. Let's see what Nico Hulkenberg... I mean, there's almost no way we're going to sign him. Just based on his price. Although, 12 million. He's asking a lot for fan rating. That's probably going to be a deal breaker for him. I don't think we can get to that high of a fan rating at this stage.
Okay, I'll be honest. These talks have been pretty painstaking, but we're making excellent.
All right. Paul Aaron, let's see what we've got on his talks. Okay. He's kind of our backup option if Joshua Pierce doesn't come through. Do we have the ability to make it? Hey, 30 million passive income. In our first season. Wow, that's quick. All right. Yeah, let's increase our hiring rate because we definitely need to. Let's get our activities in. Training program. Bam, boom. Engineering absolutely needs its hiring raised like crazy. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do a development blitz. Personnel, I'm not worrying. I'm just worrying about the focus stats. Spend all the money we can. Driver focus is where it's at. Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll do more fan outreach. Okay. RD. Forward floor fences are done. Okay, so we're capped out on our aero developments. Completed research there. Nice. Let's get this fuel injection system cooking. And control electronics has gone up. Let's get some love to... This gearbox doesn't really matter. We'll do gearbox when it's like our only option, because we can take a new gearbox every race. We don't have to worry too much about its durability. Okay, fuel efficiency. This is the one that's been waiting longer, so we'll go ahead and do that. And assigning upgrades. New upgrade goes to Joshua. So on the performance chart, we are into that best of the rest kind of area. Okay, developments are
Exciting
completed.
news, boss. A title sponsor is interested in working with us.
Title sponsor, huh? But I'm pretty sure I'm already sticking with Xenon. Okay, Joshua Pierce is in game talks. Let's see what he's got. He's looking fan rating for... I mean, it looks like we can... Yeah, it looks like we've got an opportunity to sign him. So yeah, I think we'll make the offer to Joshua. Like to keep him on for a second year. What did we get here? Messages. Yeah. Nico's meeting, not a big surprise there. Okay. Finally, the front wing end plates got finished. Those things have failed a couple of times. Cockpit weight reductions. We can get on with this engine cover redistro. Assign some upgrades, 40-40, so weight reduction goes to Joshua first. And advanced time. Ooh, failed development. Nice, a new research expansion's done.
Hey, me again. Got another question for you.
Okay. What we got? Social media for 2 strategy expansion. Yeah, let's spend it. Gotta go hard on the fans already. Messages, we got nothing new. Just driver debriefs. Okay. Yeah, we got an upgrade done. 2 upgrades done. Alright, research. What is finished? Nice. More tire data analytics. Apparently we are getting a refund of 33 for researching that. That's pretty cool. Oh wait, can I do... Oh, I can do 2 builds in a chassis now. So yeah, let's go ahead and do 2 builds. Development. Ah! Wish all these things would stop failing. We are just sitting on so many developments because of all the failures. Okay. Facility improvements. Almost done with all the phase 1 improvements. Let's keep advancing.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research.
Yes.
Don't forget to develop them.
Lots of stuff
We've
worked
got
that time.
performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Okay, that upper flap is done. Let's start getting these forward fences. Let's start our tire data analytics. Let's see. We are gonna give... The rear downforce upgrade to Victor. MGUH goes to Joshua, and engine cover goes to Victor. How are our finances looking? Spent a lot of money. So far below our cost cap. Drivers. Can I make an offer to... Let's see. You are looking for 12 million. Joshua, you are looking for 10.7. Let's just go big. No. We'll send him this contract. Yeah, we'll send him that contract and see what we can get out of him. But I think that is the end of that. Where are we headed to next? Singapore, a night race coming up from Marina Bay. Also, I opened up this episode talking about golf and 18 holes. Turns out we were on round 17 and I was just a dunce. So, next time, round 18. For sure, though, this time. Thank y'all for joining me. I'll see you next time. I've said time a lot. Peace.